Hello everyone, this is Rashi Tiwari from MTech 8th SEM IIPS, and this video is part of assignment which is guided by Dr. Vivek Shrivastava Sir, and the topic for my assignment is CloudSim, which is on the subject cloud computing. So, firstly, we will see what is CloudSim and what are its features and all about CloudSim, and then we'll do a practical on CloudSim. So, what is CloudSim? CloudSim is basically a framework for modeling and simulation of cloud computing infrastructures and services. The aim of this video is to install a cloud analyst and integrate with Eclipse, NetBeans, IntelliJ, basically any IDE, and monitor the performance of existing algorithms. So, what is CloudSim? CloudSim is an open source framework which is used to simulate cloud computing infrastructure and services, which was developed by Clouds Lab organization, and it is written entirely in Java. CloudSim is used for modeling and simulating a cloud computing environment as a means for evaluating a hypothesis prior to software development in order to reproduce test and results. For example, we can say if you were to deploy an application or a website on the cloud and wanted to test the services and load that your project can handle and also tune its performance to overcome bottlenecks before risking deployment, then such evaluations could be performed by simply coding a simulation of that environment with the help of various flexible and scalable classes provided by the classes CloudSim package, which is also free of cost. So, what are the benefits of simulation over the actual deployment? No capital investment involved because with a simulation tool like CloudSim, there is no installation or maintenance cost. Uh, Simulation is also easy to use and scalable. You can change the requirements such as adding or deleting resources by changing just a few lines of code. Also, risk can be evaluated at an early stage. You In cloud computing, utilization of real test bed limit the experiments to the scale of the test bed and make the reproduction of results an extremely difficult undertaking. With simulation, you can test your product against test cases and resolve issues before actual deployment without any limitations. Also, there is no need for try and error approaches. Instead of relying on theoretical and imprecise evaluation, which can lead to inefficient services, and test your services in a repeatable and controlled environment free of cost with CloudSim. So, why we use CloudSim only? Because that is an open source and free of cost, so it favors researchers, developers working in the field. It is easy to download and set up. It is more generalized and extensible to support modeling and experimentations. It does not require any high specifications computer to work on. Provides predefined allocation policies and utilization models for managing resources and allows implementation of user defined algorithms as well. The documentation provides pre coded examples for new developers to get familiar with the basic classes and functions. Tackle bottlenecks before deployment to reduce risk, lower cost, increase performance, and raise revenue. Next is Cloud SIM architecture. The Cloud SIM architecture consists of Cloud SIM core simulation engine, which provides interfaces for the management of resources such as VM, memory, and bandwidth of virtualized data centers. Next is Cloud SIM layer, which manages the creation and execution of core entities such as VMs, cloudlets, host. It also handles network related execution along with the provisioning of resources and their execution and management. Next is user code, which is the layer controlled by the user. The developer can write the requirements of the hardware specification in this layer according to the scenario. Some of the most common classes used during the simulation are data center, which is used for modeling the foundational hardware equipment of any cloud environment, that is data center. This class provides methods to specify the function requirements of the data center as well as methods to set the allocation policies of the VMs. Next is host. This class execute actions related to management of virtual machines. It also defines policies for provisioning memory and bandwidth to the virtual machines as well as allocating CPU cores to the virtual machines. Next is virtual machine. This class represent a virtual machine by providing data members defining by VMs, bandwidth, RAM, million instructions per second, size, while also providing setter and getter methods for these parameters. Next is cloudlet. A cloudlet class represent any task that is run on VM like a processing task or a memory access task or a file updating task. It stores parameters defining the characteristics of a task such as length, size, million instruction, and provides methods similarly to VM class while also providing methods that define a task, execution time, status, cost, and history. Next is data center broker, which is an entity acting on the behalf of the user or customer. It is responsible for functioning of VMs, including VM creation, management, destruction, and submission of cloudlets to the VM. CloudSim, this is the class responsible for initializing and starting the simulation environment after all the necessary cloud entities have been defined and later stopping after all the entities have been destroyed. Next is feature of CloudSim. CloudSim provides support for simulation and modeling of large-scale virtualized data centers, servers, and hosts, customizable policies for provisioning host to virtual machines, energy-aware computational resources, application containers, and federated clouds, data center network topologies and message passing application, dynamic insertion of simulation entities with stop and resume of simulation, user defined allocation and provision policies. Now we will have a look on how to use the cloud sim. Now what we're going to do is practical in which we are going to see uh, cloud sim practical. So first what we're going to do is going to the Google code archive, and here we are going to download the cloud sim zip folder, and that is downloaded. So we are just going to extract it. It is opening. It will take some time, I guess. Here the file is downloaded, that is CloudSim 3.0.3, and here we are going to the jars folder, and we are copying the first CloudSim first jar file. Yes, the first one we are going to copy it. Now we are going to the C drive of our system, and here we are going to make a new folder and naming it live. I have deleted the another folder because I have already done this. So just to make you see, make you people know, I have deleted that folder and made a new one. And now what we are going to do is going to any IDE. I am going to use IntelliJ. Here I am going to make a new project. Name anything you want. I'll name it Cloud Computing Pro. And this is a Java project, okay, and we just create a new folder. The folder is being created. Now we are going to the Java file. This is the automatically made Java file. We are deleting this public static voidment part, and what we gonna do is copying the code which is here at CloudSim practical Java code. We are just copying this code and pasting it over there in the Java file we have. Here we can see a lot of error, 146 error. Now what we're gonna do is we are importing the CloudSim library so that we can execute this program. To do that, we are going to options, build module. You just have to change the library and import that library according to, according to your ID. It will vary. S- I have just opened the module setting, and here I'm going to the libraries option, and here I am adding the library which is a Java file, and we saved it to the C drive, right? So where is C drive? C drive, and this lib. Okay, okay, okay. And we have just imported that library. Now we are just removing our errors. I have made the main class over there only. So public class cloud computing and resolving the rest of the errors, where we can see another error. Cloud computing. And we have resolved the error. Now we can just see the output. The program has been executed. We can see the outputs like starting CloudSim example one, initializing starting CloudSim version. The all the outputs are here only. Broker, about the broker is starting. Broker is trying to create virtual machine in data center 0, has been created in data center 2. Cloudlet is received. Broker is shutting down. Simulation. Broker is shutting down again, and the simulation completed. So this is our output, and this is all for this video. Thank you all for watching this video.